Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. This time, it's a different voice. I get to load it up. It's Brother Zay, with my great co-hosts, Brother Zay.
Yo.
And producer Jay.
What's up?
And before we go, I want to remind you guys to click on our links to our 3 sponsors: Adobe Energy Drinks, Starforge PC Gaming, and NordVPN. Give us a sponsor, click on the page if you want a little discount on your purchases, and it helps us out. Thank you so much. So what's good, y'all? Welcome back. I know I'm back.
Yeah,
you
you're back.
Without me. You did it without me because I was.
You should have been last week when I made the Kendrick Lamar reference.
Bags.
I saw the clips. I also saw the "fuck the kids" reference. It's like y'all know I'd love to say "fuck them kids."
Yeah, we were channeling you last week.
Bags. We really were.
I appreciate it. I was down and out.
Yeah, you're always with us.
in spirit.
I feel like that's the problem.
It's all good.
Producer Jay says I need naps.
You do. We've discussed this.
Yeah,
of all people.
We advocate for you, and we have children.
He makes up for not having children. That's why.
Yeah, that's exactly why I do this. I don't have kids yet, and therefore I don't gotta worry about certain things. So I can keep doing these things and trying to get more stuff. But like, since I've been back, what have you guys been playing? Start off with producer Jay, because I got to make fun of that bad log.
Damn.
To know.
Hey, listen, it's only getting bigger, apparently.
No.
You know, no, not for nothing. Freaking Brother Zay was trying to get me to buy more games on the Steam sale last week.
Did I
sent me a link.
Did I get them?
No, you didn't, because
I tried.
I was tempted. I looked through the list, but there was nothing there that I wanted to play.
Crazy.
Normally there is, because I remember every year I would look at the Steam sales. Even though I'm like, I don't really play on Steam, but now that I got the ROG Ally, I have more of an incentive to play these games. But
you always gotta look. I get mad when I don't.
Look.
I get mad. I get mad when I find out there was a sale and I'm like, I wasn't there. I'm like, fuck.
And it doesn't help that all these games. Well, a lot of these games are like freaking $5, $10. So you don't think this is like, what is that? Like, there's a McDonald's Happy Meal, whatever.
That's crazy.
You wish it was a McDonald's Happy Meal.
No, I mean, yeah, these days it's like $15. Like,
damn.
Hey, you ever been to McDonald's recently?
No.
Freaking arm and a leg.
Yeah, some things is expensive. They got so bad that even Kennedy's was like, I can charge up my stuff now.
Right?
No, not Kennedy's.
Kennedy's.
Yeah, but Kennedy's meals used to be like $7. Now that McDonald's is like 15 to 17, they'd be like, we can charge 10 now.
They get away with it. But in terms of what I've been playing, I've still been going through Metal Gear Solid. You haven't been here. I moved on to Metal Gear Solid 3 finally. So I've been playing that. It's very it's jarring. Like when you go from a game that you've been playing for so long, and then you go to the sequel. Like, granted, I played these games so many times, but it's like it still always gets me whenever I go from game to game, and it's like the control schemes they're similar, but they're different enough that it throws you off a little bit. Like I'll be getting when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 2, I feel like I was a pro. Like I was doing things, everything was fluid. I was freaking sneaking past these guards or whatever. And so when I started Metal Gear Solid 3, the first playthrough I'm doing is just it's just like a chill playthrough. I'm just playing just to play the game, and I'm freaking getting spotted like crazy. Like everything is just happening that's going wrong, and I'm just like, whatever, because it is what it is. But yeah, I've been playing that. I've still been playing Ori. That's like my side game on my ROG Ally. That game is so challenging. I forget, because I played the first Ori so long ago, and I forgot how challenging the puzzles are, because I get lost. There'll be times where I'm just stuck and I'm just like, okay, I really don't know what to do right now, because it's not like it tells you where to go. It gives you the mission list, and it tells you, okay, the mission is over here. but it doesn't tell you what to do. Like you really gotta pay attention because there's no dialogue. You gotta read the stuff that the people say. So it's like if you're not paying attention and you're just like trying to like play just to play, you're gonna get lost, and that's exactly what happened to me. So I've still been playing that, and I'm making my way through that. I feel like I'm almost there. I'm
Making my
almost
way
there right at the
downtown.
end. And yeah, so those are the main two games I've been playing right now. I don't know yet. I was tempted, we'll get to this later. I was tempted to try out the Concord Beta because now it's available to more people. But I don't know if I'm gonna try it. But we'll see. We'll see more this weekend if I have a change of heart. But we'll talk more about that later.
I believe in you. It's a false temptation.
I need to stop falling for temptation.
I believe in your ability not to do that.
I guess I'll
Brother
go.
Zay?
I've been playing some Call of Duty, obviously, because I always fall back to Call of Duty. As well as since we are playing on Sundays, my Sunday game is Divinity Original Sin 2. Been playing more of that, which is getting good. I believe we're almost up to the part where we have no idea what's gonna happen, so it gets a little more interesting where we like are figuring things out together. So it's been fun. I'm looking forward to continue playing that, and that's pretty much it. Other little indie games here and there, the games that drop on Game Pass, like Neon White just dropped on Game Pass, which is really fun. It's a platformer. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. And as you can see, also I just started Terminator, Resistance, because that was on Steam sale. Yes, I got roped in. So I mean,
That's why you try to take me down with you.
yes, exactly. I wanted it on Xbox for a while, but I looked at Xbox, it was still like $60. So I was like, well, I'm getting on Steam. It was only like $10.
Yeah,
I can't-
those Steam sales are nothing to mess with.
Yeah, they really aren't. So yeah,
That's
what
what
I've
a
been
lot of
playing.
people say. Like when you get into PC gaming, they're just like, yeah, you spend more money up front, but you spend less money on the games because of the Steam sales. Like they do a sale like every quarter. Like they do the spring sale, the summer sale, the fall sale, the winter sale, and then just because sale.
Yeah,
Like
they have done that.
they just
Yeah.
they just do sales all the time.
Yeah.
You don't fight it.
I mean, it makes sense. What was it just last week? The report was that $19 billion was spent on Steam for games that haven't even been played yet. So that's where they're making their money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't care if freaking people play their games. They just want them to buy it. Like
Exactly.
that's it.
So I mean, people are buying games, not even playing it, just buying it just to have it because they're on sale. And then next thing you know, they're racking up all this cash. So I get it. I understand. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's
Hey,
been
what have
late.
you been playing?
As an honest answer, because my group chat of guys, we decided to go back to play an old classic game, a multiplayer people called Among Us.
Oh man.
Wow.
So we've been playing Among Us this week actually, and I'm
I wish I could go back to the because I feel like I missed out on the whole Among Us craze because I had nobody to play with at the time, and it's like I feel like now I could probably find like enough people to play it, but nobody wants to play it.
my group of friends actually, I think because it was like free somewhere, and they're like, hey, let's all hop on. It was free because they got PlayStation 5s because they like 2K. Like they're big.
Didn't they?
They're,
Well, maybe I'm misremembering. Didn't they add it to like PlayStation Plus or something like that?
yes, they added to PlayStation Plus, and because my group of guy friends are like big, they're big sports fans. They're all playing. There's like 15 of them that just get together to play 2K all the time.
Oh,
Pain in
so
my
yeah,
ass.
that's a big enough group. Yeah.
Yeah, and so but then since they added Among Us for free on PlayStation, they're like, "Yo, let's hop on it." And then we were all just playing Among Us. That's all that happened.
Nice.
Among Us is a fun game to play when you got a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Because I tried playing with like a smaller group and it's not the same. You need like the whole party full.
No, I remember it was me, brother Matt, and like a whole bunch of our cousins, and my son, everybody, we were all playing. It was like 10 of us. Even my brother and his girl was playing, and
Yeah.
it was so fun because we all knew each other, trying to find and figure it out. We're lying to each other. It's a really fun game.
You know what's
No,
crazy? I'm surprised like there hasn't been like maybe like an indie developer to kind of like expand on that, make it like a 3D version and
Well,
like just improve upon the concept.
well, they did do the VR, Among Us VR, and
Oh,
that
that's
was
right. Yeah.
actually hit off really well. So it's not like 3D, but it's VR, and it's it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, really just depends on where you were, honestly. But I think I've seen a lot of people just. I think you can like, brother producer Jay. I play with you if you ask me to go on it with you.
Oh.
I kill you, but I kill you.
I'll
I
kill
kill
you.
you kids.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I play with my kids. Like, see, that's the thing. When it was like popular back in 2020, I was playing with my kids, but they didn't know how to play. It was 4 years ago. My oldest was 6 years old. So
I'm going after them first. I want you to know that right now.
we were just playing just to play. Like we weren't really playing by the rules. We were just kind of like making up our own rules at that point.
You have to understand, when Among Us came out, I was like, I think I was already like I was a giant nerd going to conventions anyway before. So there was already a game that was similar to what I was playing before called was it Mafia and Werewolf? So this was
Oh
that
yes. No, I love those. Yeah, I've played. I remember when I heard about it. I played it twice. I played it at like a Thanksgiving part. Like not, it was a party, but it was Thanksgiving. And then like a bunch of my cousins and like friends of theirs, we played it once, and I was like, yo, I want to do this again. But it's like
shit.
you have to play with like a big group. So like I was able to do it again then like another Thanksgiving, and it was like a group of 20 people, and it's so fun.
Yep. So that's why if you normally catch me, I'm normally probably doing that type of nonsense. So I got to do that before, and I was like, "Yep, this is fun."
It's best to play when you're a little inebriated.
I think
That's funny.
I think I played it. I was at a convention with my roommates now, so they were like two of my closest friends at the time. I met their like convention nerdy friends, and there was like 20 of us sitting in a lobby playing together, and like
That's perfect.
And I killed the 3 people who knew me the most.
That's how you got to do it.
But I did it in a way that it wasn't. I didn't kill them right away. It was like, I wonder who it could be, and then they were dead, and I was like, damn, crazy. I'm so sorry. And then when they dead, they're like, you motherfucker, it was you. I was like, it always was. You should have known.
When in doubt, blame Tay.
That's crazy.
That's how Brother Jay does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I'm seeing a pattern. All right, let's jump into the news. We don't have a lot this week, but we're gonna make it. So Power World developer Pocket Pair announced Power World Entertainment this past Tuesday, a brand new company created with Sony Music Entertainment and the anime subsidiary Aniplex. So they go on to say that Power World Entertainment was created for the purpose of accelerating the multifaceted global development of Power World and its further expansion. So a lot of people pointing to this and saying, well, maybe we'll get a Power World anime or some plushies or even like a trading card. Who knows? It's interesting that they decided to partner up with Sony, considering that Power World isn't even on the PlayStation console. It's only on PC and Xbox. But I'm actually happy to see this going on because Power World is a fun game. I've dabbled in the new update for the Xbox Insiders very recently, and it's continuing to update and continuing to get better, and the freedom that they allow you to have in the game is really good. So I'm excited to see what comes from this whole sort of new company, this new venture for Pocket Pair and Power.
Yeah, it makes sense that a game like Pal World would have a larger reach, and I feel like that was the purpose of this. They're trying to make Pal World into a thing. I mean, how many people, how many players did they report? It was something like 9 million or something crazy like
I
that.
think it was in the first week. It was something like that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was something crazy that they had a strong launch across Xbox and PC. So it's only natural that they'll want to capitalize on that and expand and become like we were just talking about Among Us. Like Among Us was popular. They want to be like the next Among Us, the next Minecraft or whatever. And it has the potential to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not even on PlayStation now. And you can imagine when it comes to PlayStation,
Gonna be even
it's gonna
bigger.
be even more. Yeah, it's gonna be even
Yeah.
bigger. So, I think this is a smart move from them, and we'll see exactly what happens from it.
And
I think it's probably more of just like a marketing thing, and maybe they'll have like more merch because I don't think they have like any merch.
I don't
Like
think so either.
yeah, so maybe this is part of it. Because when the thing came out, it was they said it was they're partnering with Sony, but it's not Sony like PlayStation.
No,
It's
it's Sony Music Entertainment.
Yeah, so it's
And
like
it's like the anime subsidiary Aniplex of it. So it's like it's a complex partnership, but you're right, it's not like Sony, it's not SIE, you know?
yeah, so I it's very interesting that they're going this route. But we'll see what happens, and I'm glad that there's still a lot of hype surrounding Power World because I know obviously like with every game that becomes popular, it kind of dies down. But there's still a sizable amount of people. I think the developers posted because people they make jokes that oh Power World is dead and stuff like that. But the developers posted a thing that I think like 200K are still playing it. So it's like that's a pretty good amount considering like all the other popular games that died down. Helldivers. Um
Damn.
but but yeah, no, that's a good number to still have after all these months.
shit. Yeah.
So
And those are just Steam numbers. That doesn't include Xbox
yeah, that's just
numbers.
Steam. Yeah, that's just Steam. Not even including Xbox or Game Pass because the game is on Game Pass. But yeah, so it's good to see that they're trying to expand and they're capitalizing on the popularity. So we'll see what happens in the future. But Power World ain't going away.
No, it's not. It's not going away. It's only getting better. The Pokemon with guns. um, let's jump right into Concord
Oh
because
man.
Concord just came out. They had a closed beta for anybody who pre-ordered the game, and they didn't have enough people playing it. I think at the peak when it was closed, they only had 900 people playing the beta. So they decided to open it to anybody who has a PlayStation Plus membership. So now Concord is an open beta. Um, so yeah, open to anybody who has PlayStation Plus. So to them, they see that that's open because it's a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
It's and there are mixed reports about the beta, but also we take it as a grain of salt. Betas are always mixed reports. Some people like it, some people don't. We'll just have to wait and see for the official release. You said you were gonna try it. Are you really gonna try it? What's
I,
talk about?
I I don't know, cause all right, I'm not big into hero shooters. I played Overwatch a little bit. I never played Overwatch 2. I did play
Like, you know what I'm
Marvel
saying?
Rivals, and I did enjoy it. So I like the concept of it, but Concord, at least when it first was shown off, it nothing about it made me go, I need to play that. And I know I've listened to like other podcasts and stuff like that, and they basically they say what I'm thinking is that I would rather play a free to play game in Overwatch 2 or Marvel Rivals than pay $40 to play this game. And it's like I wonder if Sony made a mistake by actually charging people or made a mistake by not putting it on PlayStation Plus because maybe they thought that Helldivers 2 was a good like case study on being like okay like yeah it's not free to play but people are willing to pay for an online live service game but Concord is a different type of game, so maybe they misjudged how many people would actually be interested in that type of game. Um, but yeah, the whole aspect of the pre-orders weren't enough, and I remember reading. I don't know how valid or legit this was, but I heard that when you pre-ordered the game, you got access to the beta, but you also got 5 like codes, like invite codes that you can give to friends. So it's like technically you had like 6 players per pre-order, and even that was not enough to get people to play the game. So I think that's the reasoning behind them opening it up to PlayStation Plus. And so far, I've seen a few people saying that, oh, it's actually not that bad. But again, you have to remember that this is a paid game.
Yeah.
If you're gonna choose between a free Overwatch or free Marvel Rivals or a $40 Concord, you're gonna choose one of the free ones because it's easier to get into. And especially like if you're a Marvel fan, you're probably gonna go to Marvel Rivals because that has Spider-Man, that has Loki, it has Magneto, it has all like the favorite characters, and then you know that there's gonna be a lot more added to that. So like there's more of that audience appeal. Whereas Concord is a brand new IP, unproven. Yeah, maybe it could have better gameplay, but it's like you have to pay $40 to experience that. So I wonder if maybe they might structure it. Maybe they might make it available on PS Plus. I don't know. I feel like that might be the best course of action if they want this game to be popular. But as it stands right now, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna take off the way Sony thinks it is. And I don't know. But just based on how it showed off on the first teaser or gameplay teaser, whatever, it just looks very like okay. I can't really say anything remarkable about it. It looks like Destiny and Overwatch had a baby, and
they charge you for it.
And they charge you for it. Yeah, both Destiny and Overwatch are free. So,
Not them.
Go ahead, Tay.
Not them charging me for their baby. How dare they?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You gotta pay for child support.
I think the whole idea of just charging is what's gonna probably do this game in, because and maybe they might do a freaking Hail Mary and make it free to play last minute. I don't think that's not Sony's wheelhouse.
No, it's not Sony. Yeah, they're gonna.
They would never do that. They're gonna charge you for it. But I think 6 months to a year, Concord is probably gonna be free to play.
Oh yeah.
I honestly, I'm making that prediction right now.
Well, I'll be honest. It's my complete honest opinion. I have
honest opinions we don't want.
I have zero interest in this game. Okay.
I know you said you're tired of hero shooters.
Yes. I spent 1,000 hours in Overwatch, and that includes 1 and 2. 1,000 hours in Overwatch. I've tried Marvel Rivals. It's okay. I'm done with hero shooters. I'm so tired of them. The trope is gone. This game should have came out when Overwatch 1 was still out to compete against it. It doesn't interest me anymore because it's a hero shooter. You have to play with your team. You can't go out there. It's not like Call of Duty where I could go up against 3 or 4 people, potentially win, you know? No, it's a hero shooter. You have to complement each other, your partners, and who they pick.
One character.
Yeah. So it's a team-based hero shooter, and I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of playing with a team. Teams suck. All right? People suck at games. They're not that great. They're playing it just to play it. And I'm sorry, PlayStation doesn't have a good track record for multiplayer games.
Go ahead.
I'm just not excited about teaming up with other PlayStation players who play Last of Us and God of War 10 times over, and they're going to try and jump in and play a shooter. I don't want to play with your shitty-ass gameplay. That's it.
No, that's a good point that you bring up about PlayStation like not having a good track record with multiplayer games, because they don't really do them, and then when they do them, they're like dropped. Like they don't really support it. And maybe that might change now that they have Bungie. So
I doubt it.
I doubt it as well, but I mean they canceled freaking The Last of Us Factions too. So I don't know. We'll see if they end up actually supporting this game.
And
They're supporting Helldivers, but it's still early on in their live service venture that I think they might want to support it longer than they probably need to. And I mean, granted, we don't know. They haven't really announced stuff yet, but we know that they have more live service games planned that they haven't announced yet. I mean, they announced Marathon. That's supposed to be another live service game. So, like, I think now they might be more, they might have more benefit to support, I guess. But
they're gonna need to if they
They're
want to
gonna need to.
survive.
The thing is, they're gonna
What
have
other
too
games do
many.
they have?
They're gonna have too many. I feel like that's the thing. They're trying to throw shit to the wall and see what sticks, rather than like actually curate and see what people want.
But what do they have until Wolverine?
Well, we don't know what they have until next year. I mean, granted, there's rumors that they might have a secret showcase.
Oh,
because
stop! 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 Don't piss me off.
It's more likely that they'll have another showcase because they have the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out, supposedly. True. So it's more likely that they'll have something for that and they'll show off games for that. But as far as we know right now, they have nothing until April.
Nothing.
Or May. I'm assuming that we'll find out before then. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have to wait until May before they announce shit. But yeah,
even if we wait until April or May to announce stuff, things aren't coming out until the end of 2025.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like what is there to be excited for? You have Concord. They dropped Foam Stars really fast. You know, it's like
Foam Stars is non-existent.
Exactly.
Hey, wait, they have Astrobot.
Get out my face right now. Go.
That
game was free. Now they're gonna start charging $70 for the sequel. Sure, it's a bigger game, but no, you think people are gonna line up around the corner to go play Astrobot 2? Come on now. They got nothing. And it's just upsetting because, you know, this so-called console, this generation has been a letdown.
Yeah, I was honestly gonna make a whole freaking quick save about this because, like, this generation has been very lackluster on both sides.
On every side.
On every side. I mean, granted, I feel like Nintendo has probably done the most, but that's only if you're a fan of Nintendo games, which I'm not necessarily. But if you are, then you're eating good.
We told you Nintendo pays our bills. Shut up.
It's just, honestly, I wish Nintendo would like make more news because like we were just talking like I think like a couple weeks ago we were saying like Nintendo we can't talk about them if they don't have any news. They don't do anything. So,
yeah.
Until the Switch 2 comes out or it gets announced, we're not gonna mention
riding
Nintendo.
that wave right now with Metro Prime 4, and they're riding the wave of the new Zelda game that's coming out. Is getting a lot of hype. I don't care for that either, you know? And
I mean,
I don't know.
We'll see what Sony's strategy is going forward. We know Xbox strategy, and I mean it's kind of just that's the problem. It's kind of just up in the air for Sony, and I think they've earned enough goodwill that they can get away with doing this shit. But it's gonna dry up if they don't announce something soon. So I'm assuming it usually is around September, October that they have if they have another showcase, that's when it'll be. But we'll see.
They gotta do something because COD is coming to Game Pass. Black Ops 6 is coming to Game Pass, so they gotta do something.
Honestly, if I was working for Sony and I wanted to try and combat all that, I would do a showcase like maybe the same week of Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
We'll see. Well, we don't know if they can do that because I mean people can still buy Call of Duty on the PlayStation. They want that Call of Duty
That
money.
yes, that is true. They still make
So
money off of these
yeah,
games.
it's a do or die. What do you do? You know what I'm saying? But you're right. We will see what PlayStation has in store for us. I wish I can play it more. I just don't have anything out there that I'm interested to play in. So I hope they do come out with more stuff and they do show us some stuff because right now, I really don't care. If it wasn't for my son playing it, it would just be sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the thing. Like, if you chose PlayStation as like your go-to, then yeah, you'll have games to play. But if you're like us, like I only play my PlayStation for exclusives.
Yeah.
And literally, the only time I've turned on my PlayStation in the past like few months is to use Plex because I only I'm watching One Piece, and for whatever reason, it only works on PlayStation. It doesn't work on anything else. So that's literally the only reason why I've been using my PlayStation in the recent months.
That's crazy.
Look,
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
You gotta get One Piece within. You gotta get One Piece on somehow. I
Yeah.
understand.
All right. Well,
Let's-
let's move on to some rumors. We got rumors of last year's. It's not this year's.
Bro.
Last year's Modern Warfare 3 could be coming to Game Pass at the end of this month. So, as we talked about, you heard us just say it. Black Ops 6 is coming to Game Pass October 25th. That's huge news. But some potential big news is that this year's Modern Warfare is coming to Game Pass, which would be really cool for people who don't already own the game and are just playing sort of Warzone. They can jump into multiplayer. They can jump into the campaign. They can see what Modern Warfare 3 has to offer before jumping into the new Black Ops 6 coming in October.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, okay, so in addition to this rumor, there was sightings of previous Call of Duty games, the 360 backwards compatibility Call of Duty games, being listed as well. So they were listed because they were on sale, but they had a button underneath it to say "Get Game Pass." So now that led people to believe that all the older Call of Duties that are gonna be on there or probably gonna be added relatively soon, because why would they advertise Game Pass under Call of Duty? So I think they're gonna start the rollout that we've been talking about. Probably starting with Modern Warfare 3, and maybe in addition to that, they'll probably put the backwards compatibility games, because there's been talk that one of the reasons why it's been taking so long for these games to come on Game Pass is because they want to have a PC version ready, so that way PC Game Pass can have access to these games. But you can't do that for the 360 versions, because you can't play that on PC. You can only play that on backwards compatible on Series S and X. So I think maybe if they're gonna drop a bunch of Call of Duties, those probably will be the first ones, because why not, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is interesting. I mean, we've heard talk about the Activision games being put on Game Pass, supposedly starting in August, but maybe even sooner than that. So maybe this is part of that sooner games. I mean, I don't know if it's just gonna be Call of Duty. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's only good because now you can get people acclimated to the franchise who would never have tried it otherwise, and it also gets them used to how it works, because I'm not really that much of a Call of Duty player, so like when I was jumping back into it, it can be a little daunting and confusing, especially like with the whole Call of Duty hub, or Call of Duty HQ is what it's called.
HQ.
It can throw you off. I'm like, okay, if I download the HQ app, why is it downloading all the other games? You can delete those games, but if you just want to play multiplayer, you can just keep that. But if you want Warzone, it can be confusing. So I think you kind of have to like get people into it, so that way they can figure it out, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to figure it out themselves. I mean, unless they play Warzone. But if you're not into Call of Duty, you're probably not going to be playing Warzone anyway. But if you have Game Pass, maybe you're more inclined to try it out.
Yeah, because the game is still $70.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
so
That's one thing.
putting it into Game Pass subscription really opens the door for people who don't want to spend $70 but kind of want to try it.
Yes, and that's one thing that's always been kind of like frustrating with Activision games, especially Call of Duty. They never go on sale. Like if you were to look up freaking Call of Duty Ghosts, that would still be $60 if you want to buy it.
Well,
And
hold up. They do go on sale because I saw like all
they go
the
on
old
sale
like years
sometime.
later. But yeah, they just had a big Activision sale on the Xbox, and you were able to buy basically all the older Call of Duties for like the 360 ones for like $10, and then the Xbox One and PS4 ones for I think it was like 15 or 20. So
that's only when it's on sale.
yes, that's true.
So like these games are freaking almost a decade old at this point. They should permanently be $20. Like they should. You shouldn't have to wait for a sale to pick up the freaking Call of Duty Ghosts. Like that, nobody's paying $60 for Call of Duty Ghosts.
Nobody's playing Ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's one of the benefits of those games coming to Game Pass eventually. That you don't have to wait for sales to try them out. Just get Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of getting Game Pass.
Oh, he's learning.
Here we go.
He's learning.
We got news this week that Game Pass is having a price increase as well as a new tier. And the internet sort of like exploded with this information because they thought it was super confusing. They didn't know what to do or what to get or who was this for. We're going to settle this today. So Game Pass Ultimate is going to be raised from $17.99 to $19.99. So it's $20 a month, and you still get everything, including EA Play, the online. You get all the Game Pass games library. You get all day one games, as well as PC Game Pass and Ultimate. So for $2 more, you get all of that. And although it does suck to have a price increase on anything, especially nowadays, it's actually not that bad. I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm down for this. I'm really not. I don't want to pay more. It's just how it is. Everything's going up. It's not just Game Pass. It's Disney Plus went up. Netflix has gone up. It's a lot of everything's going up. So, and not just Ultimate went up. So PC Game Pass went from $9.99 to $12 now. And the new tier that's coming that you can get is Game Pass is $15.99.
Or I think it's $14.99.
$14.99. But this one doesn't come with day one games.
Yeah.
Which that kind of sucks. That's the whole point of like having the service. So if you're really looking forward to having day one games, you have to get Ultimate, which if you're a console gamer and you don't have Ultimate, you're kind of doing it wrong. You need, you should be having Ultimate so that you can have access to EA Play and everything else that goes along with it. So, I mean, if you really are playing games, you're playing Xbox games, you have access to hundreds, at least like 500 games with Ultimate, it just makes more sense. That's the better deal. I still think it's a really good deal to have. I'm not going to cancel my membership. I love having my Game Pass subscription on my Xbox as well as my PC. It just makes sense for me. I understand how people could be upset about a price increase though, but literally everything's going up and it just sucks all around.
Yeah, I think the issue is that it seems that people are focusing too much on. I mean, we joke about it, but it feels like an Xbox tax type of situation that like people are just more hard on Xbox just because it's Xbox.
Oh, definitely.
Because just a few months ago, PlayStation Plus had a price increase. I don't see any new games being added onto there. I don't see any acquisitions Sony's making to justify it. So it's like, why is the uproar for Game Pass but not for that? But anyway,
You know,
Like
yeah,
you said, what happened? Go ahead.
you're absolutely right though, because not only did they stop, so that you can't stack, you can't do stacks
Yes,
anymore
that's
for
true.
Game Pass like they used to. They stopped that, and people were kind of upset. But nobody said anything back in 2022 when PlayStation stopped stacking. You couldn't do it on PlayStation no more. As of 2022, you heard zero out of the PlayStation people because they don't
Yeah.
care. They don't care. They're gonna buy anyway. But leave it to Xbox, and you got articles from every website writing about how Xbox is dead. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Literally, they're following the steps of PlayStation in the terms of raising the price, as well as stopping the stacking of the $1 Game Pass subscription for 13 months, and next thing you know, you have Ultimate for that price.
Yeah.
They're just stopping that. And yeah, it sucks that they did stop that, but it was an exploit that they allowed for so long. Some people don't have to pay for Game Pass until
Like 2027.
2027, 2028, and they're not taking that away from you. You're going to keep all that. A lot of these new changes are just for new people coming into the service. So it's not like it's some drastic change, and the hypocrisy behind it is mostly just fanboys talking out their ass trying to start something. Like, no, but they weren't starting something when PlayStation did it, because they licked the boot real hard over there.
I mean, all right. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's a good thing that they increased the price, because obviously it's not. That's not consumer friendly. It's anti-consumer. But to your point, everything is going up. Netflix is going up. Disney Plus, HBO Max, all these streaming services is going up. But the thing you have to remember, nobody is forcing you to subscribe to these services. I think that's what people are forgetting, that they get upset that, oh, now I have to pay extra or more per month for these services. You don't have to pay anything. You can still, like for Game Pass, you can still buy these games outright. Nothing is stopping you from buying every single game that's on Game Pass is available for purchase. You can buy those games. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But for whatever reason, they're in their mind, they're thinking, okay, now I have to pay for Game Pass. I have to pay extra. And one thing that a lot of people are not talking about is, so yes, they're introducing a new tier. I think it's called Game Pass Standard. Which is which is the $14.99.
Okay.
It comes with all the games that are on Game Pass. It just doesn't come with day one games.
Yeah.
However, if you are still subscribed to the original Game Pass console version or console tier, you'll still get that tier, and you'll still be paying for that tier. You will, if you have auto payment set up, you'll stay in that tier, which is, I think it's $9.99. I don't know if they said they were gonna raise the price. That tier will still get day one games, and it will still be $10 or $9 or $9.99. You won't get PC Game Pass, you won't get EA Play games.
Yeah.
But you'll still get the day one games from Xbox. So the fact that nobody's talking about that, so literally if you currently have a subscription, the only thing that changes is if you have Ultimate, which I'm pretty sure, because I remember I looked it up. It's something like 80 to 90% of Game Pass subscribers have Ultimate.
I could have sworn it was like 70 to 75, but it's
no, I think it's 80.
Either way,
Yeah.
it's a lot of the subscription.
It's majority.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And what I've noticed is that the most vocal and the people who are complaining the most are people who are not even subscribed to Game Pass in the first place. Now, granted, people can like argue, say, oh, I'm talking about the concept of price increases in general. It's like, okay, I get it if you want to play that role, but everything is increasing in price. And not to justify it, but that's just how it is. You can either vote with your wallet and be like, okay, I don't need this subscription. I don't need Game Pass. I don't need Netflix. I don't need Disney Plus because they're charging me too much. And just do that. Or you can be like, damn, that sucks, but you know what? It's still a good value. I'm gonna keep paying for it. So it's like, that's it. There's only two options. Like this, unless you want to just keep complaining just to complain. At that point, you're just like, okay, enough. Like you're doing yourself a disservice. You're giving yourself a headache over something that doesn't even affect you anymore. You're not even subscribed. So why do you care? It's like, oh, but I'm trying to bring awareness. Like, people are aware. Nobody's confused about paying more for something. Like, they do it for Netflix all the time. And then people are saying that, oh, they shouldn't make this so confusing and stuff like that. Like, I agree. However, this is business. A lot of these companies purposely make their tier system confusing so that way people are just like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna just pay for the top tier and be done. I'm not even gonna think about it, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But if you're smart enough, I mean, granted, it's not for Game Pass, but like for like streaming services, I don't pay for all the streaming services I have. I take advantage of these deals. I get Disney Plus. I mean, I pay for Disney Plus, but I get Netflix through my T-Mobile subscription. I get Hulu from T-Mobile. I get Apple TV Plus from T-Mobile. My fiance gets HBO Max through her Verizon phone bill. So it's like, there's ways to get the access to these services without having to pay the full price. It's just, granted, you got to go through a bunch of hoops, but there's ways around it. And even if you look now, I probably shouldn't be saying this. If you look on CD keys, Game Pass for 3 months is like $27. Maybe they raised the price since then. I checked it the other day. It was $27 for 3 months. So there you go. You don't want to pay the full price? There you go. That's the sale. So it's just, a lot of people just want to complain just to complain. And I get it. I get it. It sucks. It's just move on. Like, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
I mean, if you think about it, games are what, $70 for the top. Their base game is $70. Let's say you buy three $70 games, right?
Yeah.
That's your subscription to Game Pass Ultimate for a year.
Yeah.
You know, if you, let's say you don't have enough money to buy 3 games a year, right? You can just for a couple months get Game Pass, so you can have 500 games for those couple months. You know,
Yeah, and it's only going to get bigger
itself.
now that with ABK games are coming in.
Exactly why they're also increasing the price, because now they're already said they're going to drip feed ABK games in there. We got Call of Duty coming in. We Modern Warfare 3 is going to be in there. It's you're getting value from it. It sucks that it's going up, but the value is there. You know, if you just play 4 games on Game Pass when you have your subscription, you paid for the value of it. That's what it is. That's how it is.
Yeah, I think just people just need to get out of their soapbox and just like look at the bigger picture and be like, okay, make a decision for yourself, and that's it. That's all you got to worry about. Stop trying to wallet watch other people and being like, oh, you're paying too much. It's like, who cares? If they're willing to pay, let them pay.
I bet you any money those people who say you're paying too much, they paying for several people's OnlyFans.
Right.
Whoa.
Damn, you didn't need to go that hard.
I bet you. I'll
I let y'all rant for 10 minutes and we get to OnlyFans? No.
I bet.
No.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
I'll bet my check on that shit. That's how I know how people out there paying for OnlyFans complaining about Game Pass. Get out of here.
You're probably right.
All that is fake outrage. I'm so done with the Twitter fake bullshit outrage. You know, I mean, yeah, it does suck. I'm not sitting here saying it doesn't suck that it's going up $2 more. But come on now, get out of my face. You probably pay more for that for breakfast every day.
Yeah.
You go to Starbucks, your drink is like $10. Get out of my face. That's all we got for the news. Today was a short news day.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. So we'll end it with a question that I have lined up. So we've talked about, especially last week, about the Elden Ring DLC, and I won't go into a whole nother rant because I got into it with someone on TikTok. But I won't go into it here. But speaking of DLC, what would you say are your guys' favorite DLC?
Oh,
So I'll go first. I'll let you guys
go ahead.
think. My favorite DLC, and this should come to no surprise, is the Citadel Mass Effect 3 DLC, which was the one where it was the epilogue, but not really because it technically took place before the end of the game, but it was the epilogue that people wanted from the game, where you interacted with all of your squad mates that are still alive, that you didn't kill throughout the whole series, um, and you were able to just basically just chill. You had a party, you got to relax, and it was just like it was just it was so nice to have that finality to it. And there was also like a storyline that was kind of silly and it was just fun. And I wish more games would be. I mean, maybe more games don't. I don't want to say they don't deserve it, but they haven't earned that type of DLC where you grow with your squad mates and you form a bond with them to the point where like you want to have that kind of finality because Mass Effect 3 was the last game. So you want to have that like send off moment with them, and I feel like the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3 was the perfect send off for the game or for the franchise until the next Mass Effect comes out. Where you essentially got to say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah,
and it was fun, it was lighthearted, and it was a nice DLC, and I feel like that's one that will always stay with me as something that I will just remember because it was just fun to play. And again, the story was funny. It has like a cheesy spy type of feel to it. But yeah, so that was my favorite DLC.
nice.
So Brother Zay, do you have a favorite DLC?
I do. Um,
Well,
my
tell us.
my absolute favorite DLC has to come from The Witcher 3's game. The Witcher 3
Oh,
had well, I all right, so this game came out. I did not like the Witcher series in general. Didn't get it, right? And I played a
yeah.
lot. I played The Witcher 2 and it didn't feel right to me. But The Witcher 3 was different. It had different game mechanics. It was more action based, I guess. It was really good. I ended up loving The Witcher 3, and I got the sort of ultimate edition where it has all the DLC, and the DLC Blood and Wine really took the game and elevated it. It had added like 20 hours extra content, and it was like playing a whole new game because you went to a whole new map and everything. um it was really well done. The storyline was so good. I don't know if anybody's ever, here, me,
No,
Tay,
I
and
haven't.
if you ever played The Witcher 3, it's a
Mhm.
great game itself, but the DLC really sort of makes it really, really shine because it goes to show you the amount of work that they put into this game really was just absolutely amazing. It was really, really good. I recommend anybody to try The Witcher 3, play it, and then get the DLCs because if you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice because the DLCs are so good.
Yeah,
The
I remember
storylines are
hearing about it.
amazing.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it when it came out that it was probably I think it was voted like the best DLC like
Yep.
ever
It
or
was
something like that
What?
it
At
really
the
is.
time.
Yeah, at the time, for sure.
at the time. Yeah,
It really is like adding a whole nother game.
yeah,
Who else gets a DLC that adds 20 plus hours of content?
Yep.
A
Call of
whole
Duty.
new. No, but I'm saying like of this type of game, like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we see Elden Ring now. It has so many hours you can play as a DLC, but there's not many games that can drop a DLC and make the game feel alive again, like brand new.
Yeah,
True,
I feel like
true,
that's
true.
one thing like that separates like just DLC from like a full expansion. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the differentiator. And I mean, CD Projekt Red has been notorious for doing that stuff. Like they just did it with Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So
No.
no, that's a good choice.
Brother Zay.
Hey,
I had to think at the time, and you know, my first thought was like some of the Call of Duty ones, and then I was like, nah. Then I thought of like Assassin's Creed, Black
Mm.
Flag, because like Black
Assassin's
Flag made
Creed
me
has
cry.
they've had a good few.
But then you know I was on that, and then it came to me which one I was thinking of. Last of Us. No one gets left behind.
Oh yeah,
The
that is a good one.
backstory of Ellie, where we saw her friend. I forgot her name, but like they did the whole thing, and it shows like where Ellie got bit and all this other stuff. I was like, I gotta think that might have been one of the best DLCs in my mind.
Yeah, I
Well, because a
remember
lot,
playing through that. It definitely like makes you more vulnerable.
yeah. Don't you love it when a game hurts you spiritually?
Because
Because
I played the PS4 version, which had it included.
yeah,
So that
I did. Yeah, but at the time when I got it because I beat the game first, and then I did that, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. I was like, this poor child. This is also after I had just finished, like, I did Assassin's Creed. I did all the Assassin's Creeds, and I finished Black Flag. So I was already sad, and then, like, the next month I played
oh
Last
yeah,
of
no,
Us.
that you
I was
you
like,
made a mistake.
nah, it was great.
If you're not trying to be
You're touching my
depressed, don't play
emotions.
Last of Us.
Don't play Last of Us 2. Don't play any of it.
Don't play
Unless
Last
you're
of Us
ready.
if you're trying to stay happy.
I never played the DLC for The Last of Us. I really enjoyed the first game, but I never got to
Did?
play the DLC.
You should.
It's pretty good.
Let's watch Ellie grow up.
Let's watch
this.
Ellie go. No, I don't want to. I don't want to cry.
No, you're good.
I don't want to cry.
I don't
You
want
have to cry. This is what you have kids for.
No, it's gonna make me cry. I don't wanna. Leave me alone.
Well, all right. So that'll do it for us. Just remember to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Support us by clicking the links in our description that will take you to our sponsors, W Energy, Starforge PCs, and NordVPN. You can save some money on subscriptions and orders through them. And if you're listening on a podcast, if you can rate us, that will help us out a lot too, because you can bring us up on the rankings and expose us to more people, and that will absolutely be the best thing for us. And that's it. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.